That's Mick Lee. Mick Lee, singer-songwriter, musician on worldinternetradio.net, WINR. That's original music, too. He wrote that song and recorded it, and we have it, and we like to do that. Play original music by unsigned artists right here on worldinternetradio.net, WINR. By the way, I have a guest in the house. Yes. Has sort of a sordid background. Shady, seedy, whatever you call it. What do you call it, Glenn?
Shady, seedy, that's probably pretty descriptive.
Now, the reason I'm saying that is I know the guy. His name is Glen Aaron. And the reason I use these little words like that is because he's a lawyer. What do you expect? He's a lawyer. Glen Aaron, you're also an author. You're a good friend of mine, so we can laugh about this and have a good time with it.
Right.
But you're in the station today talking about some books that you have written. You've written several books, actually.
Yes, 2 nonfiction and 2 fiction.
And being a lawyer, I know about the books. I already know about them. But those of you that are wondering, well, he's a lawyer, right? And what kind of books? Very interesting. Do not tune out. You need to hear every word this man has to say. So, Glenn, what book are we talking about this time?
Well, this one is Confessions from Prison. And I usually like to start things with a question. And my question is, have you ever been inside a prison, a federal prison?
I got kicked out myself, so I never got in.
You failed?
I failed.
Well, in my opinion, one can't talk the talk unless they've walked the walk.
And you have done that.
And I've done that. And Confessions from Prison is actually about time that I served in the federal prison for money laundering for one of my clients. Had absolutely nothing to do with drugs. People generally associate money laundering with drugs. Mm-hmm. In my particular case, it was for one of the wealthiest families in the nation, or a member of one of the wealthiest families in the nation, the Bancrofts family that used to own the Wall Street Journal. Confessions from Prison tells what it's like, but it also takes you inside the mind of 4 different prisoners, 3 of whom were my cellmates through the course of 2 years. The other is my own mind, and there's a chapter on that. But to me, the most interesting part of the book is the other prisoners, the other cellmates. My first cellmate was a Lakota Sioux Indian chief from the reservation in Montana. An amazing man. And Confessions from Prison tells you about his experience. He tells you about his own experience, actually from his own writings, which then I transcribed. The second cellmate was Cowboy Jerry Wayne from Laredo, Texas. And every book would have some humor.
Yeah.
In this book, Jerry Wayne is the humor. Okay. Every person should take Jerry Wayne's should read Jerry Wayne's take on Lonesome Dove. It would be almost impossible to stay in your seat without falling out laughing, and that's the comic relief.
Yeah.
But it's actually his words.
Mm-hmm.
And then my final cellmate was called the Colonel. A very interesting story. The Colonel was a full U.S. Colonel in the United States Army.
And was in prison with you?
And was in prison. He was serving life for spying for Russian KGB.
Oh, okay.
It's a fascinating story.
Imagine it is. It sounds like it.
It should be read.
Yeah. My. You know, prison is not always the so-called low-life criminal, killer, just constantly lives on the bad side of the tracks. It's amazing how there are so many people in prison that are real, very educated, successful, and get caught up in something.
That's true. And with the with the broad spectrum of laws that we have, both nationally and in each state, the truth of the matter is, Jay, it's not too difficult to get there.
Now, now you were there for what you call money laundering. How was it that you got caught? That you served prison time? Well,
actually, I didn't get caught.
Okay.
I had laundered $40 million for my particular client, who, at the time that we began setting aside this $40 million in a separate trust and doing international banking with it, was also in bankruptcy. So the diverting of that money from a bankruptcy situation was a federal crime, and that was my crime.
How did you get caught at doing it? Who was it that nailed it down?
Actually, my client and I came to a disagreement. I got tired of doing this, and we had a pretty bitter separation, and I immediately got in my car, drove to the Department of Justice in Midland, Texas, reported what had been going on for the last 4 years, and they knew nothing about it.
Okay, so you played a good guy role there, and
I was getting on in age at the time. I didn't want this on my mind in my retirement, which is where I'm at now.
Okay.
So I wanted to get the plate
cleaned off. Okay. All right. So it's Confessions from Prison.
That's correct.
Confessions from Prison. And anything else you want to say about it?
Well, I think it's a good read. It is nonfiction, but I think it's well worth taking a look at.
All right. Glen Aaron, thank you so much. Lawyer and author. But now you're kind of in the background now. Just settle down. You don't go to the courtrooms anymore and do anything.
Not anymore.
You're just writing the truth about everything, right?
Well, and some fiction, which is not particularly the truth.
All right. Some good times are in there also. All right. Glen Aaron, you should check him out and his book. He's written 4 books, and we're going to talk about some other books coming up here in just a few minutes on WorldInternetRadio.net WINR.